Welcome back to another episode of Combat Talk Recap. It's your host, Marco, and today I'm solo dolo because Pedro is in Tijuana getting a sex change operation, so very happy for him. Glad he's going to be comfortable in his own body, and we're looking forward to seeing him back. But in the meantime, you guys have just me. With that being said, roll the intro. If the intro and the editing is ass, I just want you guys to know that I haven't edited this shit in years. Well, not years, in like over a year. So I'm not really sure how to edit. And I'm pretty sure I don't even have the freaking intro song on this new computer of mine. That's besides the point. We'll cross that road. I will cross that bridge when we get there. But like I said, this is a recap. It's going to be real short and sweet because not a lot of stuff happened this weekend. The only thing boxing wise, we didn't talk about Skull's comeback because we don't really care, but he was all over my social media and I guess he got a knockout, so I don't know. Could Skull fight somebody at 168 that really matters again? I don't know. Seems like after that performance versus Canelo, probably kind of blackballed him. So, shot himself in the foot on that. But who knows, man? 168, there's a lot of shit going on. Maybe someone wants a... I wouldn't call Skull a big name, but I don't know. Use it as leverage, especially if you're trying to get a Canelo fight. Maybe. Knock out Skull and be like, I did what Canelo couldn't do. Could be a possibility. Or maybe Skull can find his way back up there to get a belt somehow. Who knows? Weird thing at 168. But besides that, man, the fight that I really was hyped for this weekend, and really the only fight, was Abdullah Mason versus Albert Bell, man. What a fucking fight. Obviously, Abdullah Mason defending his WBO lightweight title, taking on Albert Bell, who, from my understanding, had taken some time off. I want to say 2 years, 3 years, maybe. Don't quote me on that one. But comes and takes on Abdullah Mason, which, for the people that know, here at the I Don't Even Know Studios, Combat Talk, we're big fans of Abdullah Mason. We love how he fights. We love how he boxes, but he's just on your ass. He's just like white on rice. He's just looking to hurt you. He's not trying to coast, man. A lot of times where he's got a chance to coast, he doesn't, man. He wants to hurt you. Sometimes I don't even think it's about knocking you out. It's about hurting you. And that's why we're fans of him. However, this fight was a little interesting. A little bit of I don't know. Polemical? What's the word? Polemical? Oh, shit. What's up with me today? I don't know. I don't got Pedro to correct me. That's the CT talking. But, yeah. Albert Bell started off really well, to the point that he was really tagging Abdullah for the first 5-6 rounds. I feel like, especially those first 3 rounds, very one-sided for Albert Bell. 4 got a little more competitive. 5 got more 6, but Albert was he was giving Abdullah Mason problems, moving around, outboxing him, if I'm being honest. Trying to stay off them ropes. Would be on his back foot, would be able to push Abdullah back a little bit, land some big stuff on Abdullah. He was running success, man. A lot of people commentators were a little concerned. They were giving a lot of credit to Albert Bell. I think they were being a little, I don't want to say biased, but again, like I said, I think those that three to around 3 to 6, it was a lot closer than they were kind of hanging out to be. But definitely, I could see Bell taking some of them. But yeah, he was bringing Abdullah, but Abdullah's a dog, man. Young dog, 22, I believe, 23, either or. Youngest champ and youngest active champ, and he turned it up. Landed something big old hook on Bell's right on the nose, man. Guess from what I understood, broke that nose, and I think it showed. He also changed his game plan, stopped headhunting so much, started going to that body crazy on Albert Bell. So I think a little mix of a broken nose and then getting tagged in the body. Albert Bell, and let's not forget, he's on the older side, 33, I believe, Albert Bell, and really started slowing down. Mason was able to get him on, keep Albert Bell on that back foot, was able to get him on the ropes, land some stuff. He was really working that body. Albert Bell was holding a lot. Didn't really see anything from the ref, but about the holding, but Abdullah was working even when being held, man. It was interesting to see. I like to see that. He would fight his way out of a clinch. I feel like a lot of modern boxers don't know how to fight in the clinch sometimes, but it's interesting to see how Abdullah Mason did it. Was able to just tear at that body even during the clinch. And then, I guess Abdullah Mason, again, Mason was down maybe on the cards. And his corner was letting him know, like, hey, man, we got to do something about that. We got to probably get a finish. Even coming up to that last round, he was like, hey, we need a finish. Well, he's like, do you think I got to finish him? Or something like that. He asked his dad, and he was like, yeah. He's like, I need to do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, like I said, Abdullah Mason, before that first round, really just teeing off on Bell, man. Bell didn't have no answer for the power, the speed. It was a lot on Bell, and then coming into that 12th round, Mason just rushes out and immediately drops Albert Bell. Boom, gets up, and immediately Abdullah goes in again, drops him again. However, this is where it's it gets a little, but yeah, like I said, this is where it gets a little polemical, a little controversial, Abdullah drops Bell, and the ref doesn't count at all. Kind of just looks at Bell as he's on the floor, which I'll tell you what, this could also be more of a push than a knockdown. And yeah, ref just kind of looks at Bell and then just waves it off, says it's done. A very weird way to end the fight. I hate when stuff like this happens to fighters, because it overshadows what Mason did towards the end of the fight. How, as young as he is, he was able to tweak things, to adapt in the ring and find success. And never, even when finding success, was not content and kept trying to find bigger things to land, bigger, more combos, just hurt him. Again, that's how he likes to fight. And again, the young lion, they were saying, he found adversity and he was able to power through it and find success. But because of the ending, I hear more people talking about the ending and how maybe it shouldn't have been. It was an early stoppage, and I don't know. It sucks. I think if he would have got up, and let's say that was a knockdown, who got up, I think there's a good chance that Abdullah Mason was able to actually knock him out cold, or really drop him where he couldn't get up, for it to be, more solid. But at the same time, even if he didn't do that, I think Abdullah towards the second half of the fight, and with dropping him on that, would have probably done enough on the cards to win. So again, I'm very impressed by Abdullah. I feel like a lot of people would just counted Albert Bell out, which I did too because I wasn't very familiar with him. Came in with a good game plan until, the game plan went out the window. Especially with a broken nose, it's hard to stick to a game plan. And it was a great fight. It just, that controversial stoppage at the end really fucked it up, I think, for Abdullah Mason. So we'll see what's next for him. Again, big fans of him, young guy. Wish him the best, and we'll see what's next. But again, besides that, nothing else happened in the combat world that really tickled my pickle. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up just because we have a really I think I'm gonna try and make it as long as possible because it's just me. Combat talk for this weekend, International Fight Week. So like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for listening, and see ya.